Big Island police are currently holding a press conference regarding a new suspect named in the Dana Ireland cold case.
Nikki Schenfeld has more on what the Big Island police chief told her in an earlier one-on-one interview.
Chief Ben Moskowitz says there was always a potential fourth suspect in this case, but he wasn't identified until earlier this year. Now, the Hawaii Innocence Project, who represents the Schweitzers, who did time for the crime but were exonerated early last year, believe that the police department mishandled this case and that they should have arrested this fourth suspect when he was here at the station being swabbed for DNA just over a week ago.
Chief Ben Moskowitz became Hawaii County Police Chief 1 month before a judge overturned Albert Ian Schweitzer's jury conviction back in January of 2023.
There was always a belief that there was a fourth person. What that person's involvement was is still kind of up in the air, unfortunately.
All DNA evidence from the scene in 1991 has been stored at a lab in California. With DNA technology advancements, the Hawaii Innocence Project reached out to Indago Solutions to try and find out who the fourth person was. And in early 2024, the chief says they received a list from the FBI and one name stood out.
We chose that name because that person lived in the Kapoho area at the time of the murder, which is a very small neighborhood. And that person has lived here pretty much his whole life, except for a short time when it looks like he left but then came back, and he still lived here. So from a process standpoint, it made sense to start there.
Police identified the man as Albert Loro Jr. They said they collected his utensils from a trash can and sent it off to the California lab. Police say his DNA matched the sample from the Dana Ireland crime scene.
So now we have a name that we can put onto unidentified male number one, right? So he has a name, and that allows us then to do a whole bunch of more investigation that we couldn't do before, right? We can talk to people he may have known. We could look at vehicle registration records to see if he has a vehicle that might match in the case. We can look at his criminal record. We can bring him in for an interview. We could potentially, based on the interview and all these things we gather, we build a criminal case and we move that forward.
Hawaii police got a court order to get more evidence and to do a DNA swab on Loro Jr. The chief says he voluntarily came to the station and did the swab back on July 19th. But he says the day before the swab results came back as a match, he took his own life.
Because of most of what he talked about with the investigators is still stuff that we're actively investigating, I can't really go into the details of what was said or what wasn't said. I know there have been some allegations that, that this interview was done in secret and that it was, we're not going to share it. That nothing could be further from the truth. The interview was recorded like we record all, conversations and interviews with potential suspects.
But stands by the decision of not arresting him back on the 19th.
And we can reasonably infer that he had sexual contact with the victim at some point around the time of her death. But that's it. We don't have any evidence that we could introduce in court that would help us to establish probable cause that he intentionally or knowingly caused her murder.
I asked if he could describe this ending in a few words.
We're not there yet. We're not done. Again, this is another obstacle of the potential suspect's death that's in our path, but we're not there yet.
Chief says there is still a lot of evidence to go over, including Loro Jr.'s cell phone and other items. And he hopes to give the Irelands more answers soon. Reporting from Hilo, Nikki Schenfeld, KH12 News, working for Hawaii.
The Hawaii County Prosecutor's Office says it has not reviewed any of the final police reports, documents, or evidence related to these latest developments. But last Friday, prosecutors told the court that the Innocence Project has failed to show the Schweitzers are actually innocent. Prosecutors say DNA testimony regarding the Schweitzers being excluded as contributors was presented to the jury during the original trial that was decades ago. And despite that evidence, the jury still found Albert Ian Schweitzer guilty. Prosecutors say Sean Schweitzer pled and admitted to his participation to the offenses that led to his conviction for the crime. They say the fact that the DNA does not belong to Albert Ian Schweitzer or Sean Schweitzer does not mean that he is innocent of the crimes. A hearing on the matter of preserving evidence related to the new suspect and whether to find the Schweitzers actually innocent is set for tomorrow. Prosecutors have filed a motion to continue. We'll follow this case and we'll bring you the latest on air and online at KHON2.com.